Basque is one of the most fascinating languages in the whole world, spoken by nearly 1 million people natively. Self-called Euskera is probably the most famous example of an isolated language, that is, a language that has no family or related languages. However, today I'm going to be uncovering the roots of this ancient language to try and solve this mysterious enigma that anthropologists and linguists have been trying to solve for a long time. And in the way, we are going to find some very interesting facts. The question though is, where does it come from? Now there's a whole Wikipedia subpage about Basque history and classification, and some interesting theories came up. The first one connected it to the ancient Ligurian language, and was proposed by 19th century French philologist, historian and Celtologist Marie-Henri Dabois de Jugonville in his Premiers Habitants de l'Europe. His theory was that some Ligurian people translated to northern Spain, and upon contact with the native people they created a Ligurian stratum. Now, if you don't know what a stratum is, it is basically when two different languages come together, and as they interact with each other, they create a new language, in this case, Basque. Ligurian was a pre-Roman and classified language that Henry, being himself a Celtic scholar, worked around many Celtic languages, thought to be a related language to Basque, and that Basque, joined with Ligurian, might have had part of this broad language family. However, not enough evidence supports this theory, so I'm going to have to leave it cut for now. The next theory connects it to the extinct Iberian language that took place almost 3,000 years ago on what is now the Iberian Peninsula. And this is when Paleo-Hispanic languages come in handy. You see, before Roman conquest, the Iberian Peninsula was a mess of different languages and ethnic groups. So currently, any language that was spoken in the Iberian Peninsula before Roman conquest is nominated Paleo-Hispanic. But it's been really hard to classify these languages, as not much information is had about them. Basque and Aquitanian are very often put together, and others like Celtiberian or Lusitanian are put into the Indo-European language group, however with difficulties in where exactly to place them. Others like Iberian or Tradition are just plain unclassified. Basque is the last pre-Roman Hispanic non-Indo-European language to be still in use after thousands of years, and Iberian, now extinct, is another member of this group. But geographical proximity doesn't always mean that they are related, and maybe our logic is playing a bad joke on ourselves. However, there is a bit of evidence that might well connect Basque and Iberian, such said in the works of Eduardo Orduñas Sna, that also link Basque to the Aquitanian language that was spoken in Basque Country and southwestern France, a link that most people do seem to accept. However, Iberian is not really considered to be family of Basque, so by now, in what is commonly called the Vasconian language family, Basque and Aquitanian are together as siblings, while Iberian is not yet, if it's ever going to be, considered a familiar. So let's see what else we can find. Linking Basque to the Cordilleran languages is now widely discredited. The hypothesis was inspired by the existence of the ancient kingdom of Iberia in the Caucasus, nothing to do with the Iberian Peninsula by the way, and some similarities in societal practices and agriculture between the two populations, as well as some linguistic evidence. However, and even though it has been discredited to a wide extent, this connection is going to be quite important later on in the video, as the North Caucasian languages have also been often associated with Basque, and these two language groups are contained within the Caucasian Mountains, an area that would geographically situate two of Basque's most possible familiars really close together. Even if the two themselves are not often classified together, I think that this coincidence might be important. Now, based on this association, John Benson, in the recently proposed the Caucasian language superfamily, includes Basque and Aquitanian as part of its subdivisions. And this would connect Basque with the Nadanais languages, that include Navajo, the Geneseo languages, now mostly extinct with only one surviving branch, being the Ket language of the North Genesean branch, the North Caucasian languages that contain Jishen, the Sino-Tibetan languages containing Mandarin and Cantonese, basically what you'd call Chinese, and the commonly considered language isolate Burushaski in North Pakistan. Now this is what the Caucasian language family tree looks like. It's pretty cool, right? Basque languages are right here. And even though this is quite controversial, I still think that it's pretty cool to see Basque being connected with many other languages. But the video doesn't end here. What if I told you that we could connect almost every single language in the whole world inside just one giant language family that would connect Basque, Chinese, English, Arabic, all in just one family with many branches? Well, this is what people like Harold C. Fleming and Sergei Starostin had been working on, and it even has a name: the Borean Mega Superphylum of Languages, the S. The S is its official name. Now, this is what it looks like, and even though it is highly controversial, I think that it is still worth mentioning. The idea was originally formulated by Harold C. Fleming, but I am going to work around Sergei Starostin's model, as for personal reasons I prefer. If you'd like to see both models, I will leave links down in the description for you to see all links I use for my research. According to SS, the Borean phylum divides itself into two big categories: Nostratic and Danaidic. Now, if you'd like to see a video where I talk through the family tree, leave a comment below saying so, and in the way, you could sub and leave a like. Now, if you would like a video where I talk more about language families or linguistics in general, do the same, and I'll be talking about many other interesting topics. So bye for now, see you later.